Greetings, my fellow gamers. 'Tis I, Wraith King, and welcome to the Dark Kingdom. I love Elden Ring. I love the Souls series. I love these games dearly. So you know why I'm making this video, is because I want to tell you guys why I think this is such a good game. And yes, I asked you guys, what do you think is better, God of War or Elden Ring? And this is a question I was asking myself. And I have one answer, and it's just, yeah, I like them both. There's nothing I can say that's inherently negative about either of them. But there is one thing about Elden Ring that I know a lot of people will not agree with. And that is how the narrative works in games like this. And yes, I killed everything in this area just so I can explore. Apparently not, there's still things here. Anyway, Elden Ring does not hold your hand. Nothing about this game is going to be kind to you. You have to figure things out on your own and find your own way throughout this world. And you'll make mistakes along the way, but that is a part of what this game is. No world is perfect. You're going to find things, and you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to stumble across things. During my first playthrough, I actually did something pretty crazy. I found a way to save Melina, all by myself, and it was completely by accident. I honestly didn't know at first that, well, spoilers ahead, big spoilers if you haven't played Elden Ring, but if you haven't played it at this point, what are you doing? Why are you playing video games? Huh? What are you doing? Anyway, what happens is Melina... Meatball! No! Meatball! No! Meatball! Stupid meatball man! I'ma get that meatball. Anyway, about my beloved Melina. She, well, will sacrifice herself in order to burn the Earth Tree. But, yeah, I didn't want that to happen in the first place, so I figured out a way to save her and stop this from happening. I stumbled across the Frenzy Flame, and the Frenzy Flame is just typically, how can I put this? It's just crazy magic. That's basically what it is. Once you have the Frenzy Flame, though, Melina won't be with you anymore, so go away, because you're basically a walking abomination. But there's also a way around this, by cleansing yourself of the Frenzy Flame before you try to take the throne of the Elden Lord. And this is something else you can do. I did all of this by accident, just because I wanted to kill every single boss in this game. I found a way to just get the Frenzy Flame, because in order to do that, you need to fight a boss. In order to cleanse yourself of the Frenzy Flame, you need to fight another boss. I just stumbled across all of these things, and then, well, I beat the game and got a relatively happy ending with Ranni. And all of that was through my first playthrough. I just stumbled into all of this. My thirst for exploring this world, this vast, open, and beautiful world, fighting all of these powerful enemies, earned me a pleasant ending. And there are plenty of other endings in this game as well, and I'm trying to figure out if there's an ending, a good ending with Melina. If there is, please let me know in the comments below. I haven't really figured it out yet. But anyway, this game is excellent. I have no negative opinions about it. How you like fire? How you like that meatball? It tastes good, don't it? Anyway. But you know what? I kind of do. But it's not what you think. Elden Ring is a perfect game, by every way. But the only reason I'm making this complaint specifically is because not everybody's going to be able to like this game. I can tell you right now, and it has everything to do with the narrative. Not everybody wants to just go around and figure things out for themselves. And usually if they do try, they get bored and then they go do something else. And they're not going to be willing to explore or be patient with the game. That happens a lot, unfortunately. Some people just aren't very patient and they won't go and explore things themselves. They won't figure things out for themselves. So this leads to them leaving and doing other things. And that's why I have to say this game is not for everyone. Despite its difficulty, yes, Elden Ring is a very difficult game. But even through its difficulty, all it takes is trial and error, figuring things out for yourself. In order to fight Melania, which is one of the hardest bosses ever, in order to fight her, you do need a level of skill, but me, I'm not the type of guy to have incredible reflexes. You guys have seen my gameplay with FPS games, so on and so forth. You know that's not me. I prefer to just use my brain in situations like this. I tried to look for weapons that would really be effective against Melania, and eventually find her weakness through a weapon in the game. And I found one. Mohg's Spear. It's deadly against Melania. But in order to get that, you need to fight another pretty powerful boss, and actually a pretty fun one as well. But this is why I love this game. If you explore, incredible things would happen to you. And how I found Mohg's Spear, I kinda just stumbled across it. I was actually just trying to figure out how I can get this XP farm. Yes, the chicken one. So I looked a video up on YouTube how I can get this XP farm really quick, and then I just stumbled across this massive palace. I went in there, looked around, and I found Mohg, and he kicked my butt. And I figured out a way to beat him, and I got the spear. This is why I love this game so much, is it encourages you to explore. But I know a lot of people won't like that. A lot of people won't feel like spending hours trying to figure things out on their own. I found this underworld area just by looking around. I didn't find a guide on YouTube first. The first thing I did as soon as I jumped into this game is I noticed a massive tree off into the distance, and I just went toward it. I found the horse, and I just went toward the tree. That's all I did. For hours. I even got killed by the bear that's by the tree. The rune bear, yes. I tried to fight that and I got killed. Of course I did. But that's a part of the fun of this game, is exploring, being rewarded for it, finding unique enemies. And that is why this game is so great, but I understand that this is also its weakness. Because it's so expansive, because it asks you to do things on your own, it doesn't hold your hand. That's very different for a game to do. Elden Ring doesn't give you any quest markers. It tells you, hey, go over here, head north. But okay, once I go north, what do I do when I get there? What am I looking for? What does the object look like? I have no maidens. What does that mean, and why am I so offended by it? These are questions you're going to be asking yourself once you load into the game. But that's a great thing to me. I love that. This is why I love Elden Ring so much, is it doesn't want to hold my hand. And I'm left in this world with giant people in armor, riding horses, dragons, weird-looking monsters, weird alien things. What am I supposed to do? Elden Lord? What is Elden Lord? All of those questions are going to be asked from you. You're going to be asking those questions. And that's what I love about this game. It encourages you to explore, look, read things, read the lore of your items, your weapons, find things out for yourself. And that's what I love about it. That's what's incredible about this game, is it asks you to look around. It asks you to read things. It asks you to look at what the developers have created for you, explore the environments, inspect the creatures, find an answer through the environment, find an answer through the reading of the items, through talking to NPCs who talk very politely, may I add. Even some of the crazier NPCs talk very politely in this game. Hey, wait a minute, you just got done with that attack. What do you... Yeah, you better have stopped right there. You pulling tricks. I digress. This game is more than a game. It is art. And, you know, a lot of people aren't going to look at a piece of art, and not everyone is going to appreciate it the same way. And that's something we have to understand about Elden Ring. Haha, I got tricks of my own. It's called Magma Blades and Clones. How you like that? I love this game. I love it. I think it's a masterpiece. It's a beautiful work of art. But it's a piece that a lot of people won't find entertainment or find amusing. Some people will just be put off by it and just go on to something else because it's so different, because it asks you to do certain things. It asks you to think, and it asks you to look around, and those things aren't entirely welcome to a lot of people, unfortunately. But Elden Ring is still an excellent game. Although it is not for everyone, I do believe that this is a game that you should at least try. And if you don't like it, hey, that's fine. Me, I am a massive super fan of this game, and I love it dearly. Now, as for my opinions on God of War versus Elden Ring, again, like I told you guys earlier, I don't really know how I can put which is better. I like God of War. I've always liked God of War. The narrative in that is definitely going to be something. First of all, everyone can appreciate the narrative in God of War because you're not... Hey, spit me. Okay, alright, I see, I understand. Okay, yeah, sure, you're gonna eat me up? You wanna shove me up your titanium skirt so I can see your Iron Maiden? Huh? You like that kind of thing? Anyway, as for the narrative in God of War, you don't have to look for it, it's just given to you. And it's a work of art that anyone can appreciate. Let me give you an example. Whenever you see a Picasso, or better yet, something from H.R. Giger, or something that looks a little bit more bizarre, something that's a bit out there, connoisseurs, people who are very interested in figuring out what exactly the artist is trying to say with this piece. People who really look at that art, they're really going to appreciate that. But there's going to be some people who look at it and say, you know what, this is just shapes, man. This is just shapes. I don't get it. And what's going on with Giger's work, man? What's happened? Okay. Some people are just going to be looking at it funny and think it might be gross or different, but some people might find it, like me, for example, when I look at pieces like that, I'm like, this is interesting. There's something being said in this picture that I have to understand myself and look for and find the meaning from it. Those are the people who really like Elden Ring. People who look for things. The people who are very interested in exploring and finding things out for themselves. They're interested in doing the work. Sorry about that car outside. They're very interested in finding out what exactly is happening in this story, and they're willing to put in the work to figure it out for themselves. But there's also the works of art that they're just awesome. Just awesome. Might be some guy holding an axe, fighting a dragon. That's very accurate to God of War, actually. It might be fighting a big monster or something like that. Anyone can appreciate that. That's something... I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to pick out my souls. Anyway, about that painting. Anyone can see and say, this looks awesome. This is beautiful. This is cool. I love this. Even the artists, the people who might be more interested in artwork like H.R. Giger's work, or Picasso, or Peter Max, people who look at that can still appreciate those other artworks that just looks really nice, looks really cool. It might be somebody standing on a mountain and the scenery just looks beautiful around them. Anyone can appreciate those. Those are paintings anyone can look. Hey, you better not kill me! You better not kill me, you giant hunk of junk! Yeah, alright, yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, about paintings. You look at Bob Ross's work, all of it just looks beautiful. Anyone can say that. But when you have something that's a little bit more intricate, that has a lot more to say, not everybody's going to be there for that. So if people like God of War more, and by the looks of it, I asked my community a question, which games do you prefer? And of course I gave the third option, which is just basically both of them. But a lot of people seem to prefer God of War. And though not a lot of people did vote on that, a lot of people do still seem to prefer God of War. And I understand why. It's given to you. This beautiful work, and you just see it. You see the scenery. Like I said, it's like a painting that's just something beautiful, something that you already see what it is. You see how incredible it is. You can take in what that art is right away. You don't have... Woo! You can't taste none of this today, honey. You like, oh, it's too bad. Ain't nobody going up your dress today. Anyway, about art. When it comes to epic drawings or things that just have less of a meaning and more of an appearance to make, those types of works don't really require a whole lot of thought or effort to understand the message or to find the meaning behind it. You don't have to think how intricate everything is and how what strokes the artist used to do what emotion is coming from that. No, it's not that. It's just a beautiful painting. That's it. That's what God of War is, and that's what Elden Ring is compared to it. It's an art piece that can be globally appreciated by just about everyone, while Elden Ring is looking for a specific audience. So with all that said, I love both games. I can't really say which is which, and I use painting as an example because I'm a painter myself, and I love every form of art. I love the abstract, the ones that ask you to think, and I love the paintings that are just beautiful scenery. Might be just a beautiful lady. Why the heck you gonna leave a message on a chair? Ain't nobody gonna read that. Anyway, so obviously I'm going to have a more neutral opinion about this. But tell me what you guys think about it. Do you like one more than the other, or are you like me and you just like to appreciate them both, and they both have this high place in your heart that you can't really take one down and put it above the other because they both look so good sitting on that wall together? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you did like this video, I would appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you too can be a part of our Dark Kingdom here on the channel. I would appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else would love to have you here with us. Take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.